You want some sauce?
Yeah, he likes sauce.
All right.
I know.
We thank you, sir. God bless you. Come on down. Sometimes mistakes can turn into the best thing, especially when cooking.
Beautiful.
All right, give me a good brush on that, my dear. That's what I'm talking about. My name is Stefan DeArmon. My nickname is the Reverend. I like to say Revy Rev. I was living in Mobile, Alabama when I decided to move back to Charleston. My father had been back and forth in the hospital. And when I came to visit, I really saw how my mom's condition was as far as her sight. She's legally blind, but she cooks and she bakes. It gets a little tough, but you know, it's your parents. You gotta do what you gotta do. I joined the Coast Guard right here in Charleston, and I retired in San Juan, Puerto Rico. 180 Place is a homeless shelter here in Charleston, South Carolina. Little did I know that it would mean so much to me and become such an integral part of my life. When I got here, I didn't have the funds to come in and get a place, pay first month, second month, deposits, and all of that. So I talked to a VA social worker in Alabama, and they told me, well, if you could put your pride aside, I can get you in the shelter. I said, whatever it takes for me to get home to my parents. I was blessed to be able to go to the veterans dorm. This place have saved my life and many others. Being homeless is a different animal. It's not pleasant. You can't sleep with one eye open. So being homeless, you don't get the rest that your body needs for you to be able to be successful or even productive in life. 180 Place has many great programs, including the Culinary program, which I went through, which led to why we're here now.
So my job is to take the trainees that come through the program and give them a crash course in how to behave in a kitchen, how to work in a kitchen, how to survive in a kitchen, and turn that into viable income.
Chef Angie Dupree, we have a friendship and a bond that'll last a lifetime.
Southern hospitality to its truest meaning would be something I would use to describe Stefan. Just making everyone feel special that walks into a room.
That's my girl. I've always loved to cook. I used to hang around my mother, my grandmother, and I loved it.
He is the reason this program works. He's somebody I talk about at every orientation now. For every new cycle, when I sit down with them, I tell them about Stefan and how he came in and took this opportunity. To him, it was all he needed to really change his life.
I was introduced to Charleston wine and food just right before I graduated from the program. So it was new and exciting to me. I was looking so forward to it. Chef Angie gave us specific instructions. Local, volunteer and work for someone who is local. Here's your opportunity to get yourself a job. And that's what we did. I remember the event was called Toasted, and it was nothing but barbecue. And I walked up, I didn't notice the sign said smoke. I looked at the menu and I said, I've eaten here before.
We were sitting right next to the band, and the band kicked on, and Stefan lit up. He started swaying and clapping, and he had his black chef coat and his white undershirt. And I said, sir, you've got the spirit. I'm calling you the Reverend, and you're coming to work at Smoke Barbecue. So we hired Stefan on as a steward, and we don't call people dishwashers here at Smoke. We call them stewards because we expect a lot more out of a person than just washing dishes. After a few months, he worked his way up to sous chef and one of our pit masters, and we've been with him ever since.
So one day I was in the kitchen, and I started prepping to do some cornbread. Well, I reached into the walk-in cooler to grab some buttermilk. Little did I know, I grabbed heavy cream. So as soon as I poured it in the mix and started mixing it up, I was like, oh no! Rolling came running. What happened? I said, man, I messed up. And he said, let's go with it, see what it does. Lo and behold, it came out a little bit higher, It came out more moist. It was golden brown. And he was like, wow. We passed the food out so everybody can check it out and say whether or not we're going to serve it. And everyone loved it.
It really is delicious, moist cornbread, and it's pretty fantastic.
That gave Roland the idea of he and I going into business. And now we have the Reverend Cornbread Company. I can honestly say that that mistake in the kitchen turned out to be something that's life-changing. And I found out that I'd be teaching a class at this year's Charleston Wine and Food. It was mind-boggling. Look where you came from and look where you're at now. There we go. Go ahead.
I want to do the honey.
Here you go, honey.
Thank you.
For the people that attend the Charleston Wine and Food and their events, they're paying good money. And for them to pay money to see me or have me teach them something, it's amazing. I still can't believe it. What we're going to do today is we're going to go down to the Superstop and we're going to feed the homeless.
It just goes to show you there's nothing wrong with a mistake. It's amazing what happens.
I mean, his story, it gives you hope that, hey, look, just because you're down right now don't mean you stay down.
He took an interesting situation, made it an even better situation, and now it is exactly where he wants to be, helping people and giving back.
Without hope, you don't have anything. 180 Place gave me hope and an avenue, because dealing with what I had to with my parents, to do something that I really love, which is cooking, it was a relief. You know, it was my safe haven. To see people get satisfaction of something that I've created is one of the best feelings ever. When I reflect on what I'm doing, I think about my parents. Just like any child, they would want their parents to see them succeed. But my mom would say, you keep doing what you're doing. It gives me a sense of pride. I swell with pride just to see the smile on my mother's face. And it was a great feeling. It was a great feeling.